Welcome to Flats Nation Sound Bites, where we share tips, tricks, and product information to help you better enjoy our sport and lifestyle. And a big shout out to Brother Dave Fader for the awesome music. You can check out more of Dave's phenomenal work on davidfader.com. This is your host, Dave Legier, and welcome back to Flats Nation Sound Bites. In this volume, you will hear another quick tip from the show with our friend Captain Honson Lau on newer anglers getting into saltwater fly fishing and some presentation tips.
What about somebody getting back to the newer user who's looking to take up the sport? What about gear recommendations for them that just doesn't cost a king's ransom for them to be able to get into the sport and not deal with the frustrations of gear failure?
eBay is your best
that's
friend.
true.
You know, if you can find, as far as rods go, you know, rods aren't really mechanical. You know, rods are rods, and you could pretty much look at a rod and see that, okay, there's no rust on this, and that looks like it's in good shape, and that's a good rod. So you have to think that yesterday's premium rod, because I guess due to marketing or whatever, rods change so often, and then the new latest and greatest takes over, and that becomes the next $1,000 rod. But then you can fish last season's premium rod for almost half the price.
It's amazing how that happens, isn't it? It's just phenomenal.
Absolutely. And then you can start there, you know, pick up an old Sage method, pick up a Heliply from Scott, you know, something like that. And that's, you know, no longer being made. It was made back then, and then you can get it for half off on eBay. And if you like that brand and you like that style of rod and all that stuff, and you figure out what you want later in life, and you're ready to move on, and you're making more money or saved up more money, and you're ready to move on to the premium rods, then you do it. But, you know, you don't concern yourself with having to get the latest and greatest at first. You know, get something that's reliable, that you can still fish years down the line, but something that the best that you can afford. And I would spend more on a rod than anything else, because that's the most important aspect.
That's the delivery system.
Correct.
Yeah, it's time with technique. It's learning how to cast. It's presentation. Presentation is the key. Yeah, I don't know times I've had somebody in a boat, and I've told them more than once. Like, it's real simple. The prey does not chase the predator. You got to be very mentally conscious of angles and how you're presenting these flies, because, you know, that little finger mullet isn't going to chase after a 20-pound redfish. It's the other way around.
Nope. I mean, I think that definitely all applies except for triple tail. Now, with triple tail, you want your fly attacking the fish. That's when they eat it best. Because, you know, at that point, and it's presentation, because here's the science behind it. Triple tail lays on its side, and most of the time, prey would come to it because it would think that triple tail is, you know, shade.
Yeah, that's strange.
So that it's a strange fish. It's, you know, a one-off situation, right? But in most other cases, you're right. In every other case, you're right. Prey does not chase the predator. So you have to keep in mind your angles, what the current's doing to your fly, what angle you're dragging that fly in front of a fish at. And that makes the biggest difference between getting a bite and not. I mean, I've seen people throw out tarpon over and over and over again and not get a bite. And I can watch them. I can see they're not presenting that fly correctly. They're showing the fish the fly, but they're not showing it to it at the right angle based on what the current, you know, and the tides and stuff are doing at that point. And I'll sit behind that person and hook the fish because my fly ended up in the right place and it's moving at the right pace and at the right angle. So that'll make and break somebody. You know, the misconception that, a tarpon's going to see a fly and run 3 miles over there to go eat it.
No, he won't.
I watched it on TV. No, it's not going to happen. You know, that's not the reality. Reality is you have to make the most of every single shot. And some days, your day is made with one shot. One fish will make your entire day of fishing. So, you know what? I've always said it. One shot, one fish. Don't think about your recovery shot. Don't think about, I'm going to make this shot because I can recover from it and throw. No, think about one shot. My first shot has to count.
hope you enjoyed our show today. Flats Nation is your answer for reviewing your products and services related to flats and inshore fishing. But that's not all. Flats Nation is the perfect place to advertise your products or services that connect to our passion. Do you have a product for a tow vehicle? How about a new lure? Want to advertise your guide service? Call us at 941-271-5055 or email us at info@flatsnation.com and let us get the desired exposure. And now, here's the rest of Dave's awesome tune to run the skiff back home with. Tight lines and God bless.